Well, hello there, everyone. This is Keith from Keith's Comics, welcoming you to November 2022, but as we like to call it, throwback to the 90s. You may not be old enough to remember, but the 90s, there was no internet. Magazines like Wizard ruled the day. You got all your information about upcoming comics in the Wizard. There was a price guide included. We were all breathless every month to see what books had skyrocketed in value since we last got the Wizard. Also, the early 90s peak shenanigans. Foil covers, variant covers, embossed prism covers. All kinds of greatness going on that we're all going to revisit now in 2022. Also, the early 90s saw the Image guys depart from Marvel and create their own publishing empire at Image Comics, with Spawn ruling the day. And now, he's back, baby! Batman was also huge, and the old classic DC Comics character crossed over with the Image newly minted icon, Spawn. They crossed over twice, Spawn Batman, and of course, Batman Spawn. Hard to find, way out of print until now. Coming in the middle of November, a hardcover collected editions of both for only $19.99. Get your reservations in now. But wait, there's more. There's a new Batman Spawn one-shot coming up in December. Get your orders in now. We've already placed our orders. We have a special offer here on the screen. That's just until they're sold out. You can see there's all these variants. 12 in our special offer. And there's also going to be ratio variants. We're back to peak 90s shenanigans, y'all. And we can't forget the early 90s biggest event, the death of Superman. It's been 30 years, and DC is marking the anniversary with a new 30th anniversary Death of Superman one-shot special. It will come with an updated black bag. You can see here on the screen the original black bag. The updated 30th anniversary special will have the original creative teams returning, telling a new story. And this one-shot special just isn't a reprint, a retelling. No, it's all new stories and introducing a brand new villain for the 30th anniversary, Doombreaker. Hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The folks at DC Comics have put together a little video so that you know exactly what's about to happen.
I think the real key to what we did on Superman that made it work was we really all did check our egos at the door. Superman was the only person that mattered. It was always about the stories. It was always about where are we going with this stuff. Whenever we had a problem, it would be shouted out, let's just kill him. And this was the time where I said, okay, wise guys, if we kill him, then what happens?
I says, I think we better not screw up, because this is one of those things we can do once.
We just all agreed and knew that we didn't want Kryptonite to kill him. We didn't want Lex Luthor to kill him. It had to be something new. It had to be something different. And we all voted on Doomsday at the meeting, and we all picked Dan's version.
From a personality standpoint, the Doomsday is so much the opposite from what Superman is.
You take Superman away to make people realize that they actually cared about him and missed him. We really did get the comic stores interested, and we got a lot of new readers out of it as well.
You meet people who at comic book conventions, and they say, oh, this was my first comic.
Whole families were coming out, uncles and aunts.
The announcement of this anniversary edition with all new material has really gotten a lot of attention.
Even seeing all the work come across on the 30th anniversary special is a lot of fun to see everybody working together again. For my story, it takes place a couple of years ago. So young John Kent is now about 9 or 10 years old. And one day someone comes into school and he's wearing a black armband with the S shield on. And he said, I'm here to talk about one of the most famous days in the history of Metropolis, which is the day that Superman died. And young John Kett sits there and he says, "What?" That sets us off on a story that can take us through kind of a retrospective of what happened in Metropolis during those times, and also introduce a new villain called Doombreaker that comes into the Superman universe now.
What was really fun for me in creating a new Superman story was really as creating a Steel story. John Henry Irons, before he puts on the armor, it's the 15-20 minutes before Superman's death and what he's doing.
I have to admit, I've always loved Jack Kirby's Guardian character, and basically have the Guardian's point of view of all these crazy things that were going on during the Superman and Doomsday's chase across country to Metropolis.
My first thought on it was really to do something with Ma and Pa Kent. I thought of just the horrible aspect of being parents and watching, nobody else knows that's your son.
All three of the stories are really nice, and I think really will touch readers.
It's just great to see these collections come out periodically to remind people that this was a big deal.
Thanks, DC, for providing that awesome update on what's going on with the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman. So I did say peak shenanigans, so we're also getting foil covers from DC this month. 1 to 3, it looks like, every week. Look at this one with the Joker. And then there's also the Batman and Bane silver embossed foil cover. If this is your jam, make sure you're talking to the staff of your favorite Keys Comics so we can set those aside for you. I hope you'll come by and check out this 90s throwback stuff here in the stores. Or join us on our Facebook page, Keys Comics Network. We also have a YouTube channel, Keys Comics. We want to see you there. Come see us and check out the Spawn Batman. And if I don't see you looking for some Batman Spawn, I'll see you next time.